Ooh. Ooh. It is working. I know, ridiculous. With my slithering shirt and looking weird. I guess I have to apologize because I have a life and a job and I can't be here all the time. Um, it was so good today. I took so many notes and I watched. I watch it twice. I watch it just with him, and then I watch a shot of her because Law. I don't know for some reason, but this YouTube channel, which is not Popcorn Planet or Umbrella Guy or any of those people, um, the I guess it's Law and Crime Network. They had a shot of Amber and Johhny. So they have two cameras, two camera angles, and I think and that was great. When I didn't know when I watched it the first time, I watched the stream that I think Dr. Soup was doing. No, it was Stevie Ray J, Les, and Dr. Soup. Anyway, I was watching the stream on their channel, which was great, amazing. It was clear as a bell. It was awesome. But then I realized that if I go to Law Crime and Network on YouTube, they have the two angle cameras. You can see Amber's face, which I'm not. I don't try. I'm not trying to be like a bitch and just be. There's other people on YouTube that they can do that. Criticize her surgery or the way. That's not what I'm gonna do. But her reactions were like none. She didn't react. And I feel like the only time that she tried to react was when he was trying to talk, when he started to talk about his about Whitney, about her sister, and then he got interrupted. And I think that's the only time that I saw a little bit of like maybe feeling some type of feelings on Amber's face. But that's it. And I don't think it's a surgery and all that, like people think it is. I'm gonna put my hair down. Excuse me. I am so tired. It is almost 1 a.m. and I was up watching the trial today. Then I went to work and I'm up right now. And I really don't have to do this. So whoever was saying that, ooh, they're disappointed and I'm just, you know what? Like I don't really have to. I don't really have to be here. I'm just doing this pretty much to hang out with my friends and chat with my friends and also for myself. So if you have any comments like that of how I wasn't here, I can't. I'm not going to stream. I have to work and I have to sleep. And as you can see, I wash my hair. So I don't want to be negative, but I already have like some negative person saying that. What's the point? Well, the point is whatever the fuck I want the point to be. So let's listen to Johhny, because he's way better looking than I am. And the reason I was just like posting it in chunks like that is because my phone died, and then my computer died. My phone died, computer died, and all I had was my tablet, and I couldn't post it from my tablet, so I had to like figure out a way. So that's what I was posting chunks. And the first piece I posted was Johhny's opening statements when he said, I'm here for the truth. I live for the truth. I am obsessed with the truth. Those are his words, not mine. And that he's here to clear his name. And he feels he's confused because he never hit a woman in his life, her or anybody or any women. I don't know if he meant women. I don't think he meant to say he never hit anybody, but he never hit women, Amber or anybody in his life. And that's why he's here to do. It's not about the money. We talk about it 100 freaking times that he doesn't need the money. This is about what he said on the stand today. It's about cleaning his name. His children, his children are already probably so sad and so confused about this whole thing. But it has to be a relief. Hey, Robert. So yeah, I just got here. Look, my hair is wet. Just wash my hair, which I do sometimes. And I am exhausted, but I'm here. Happy birthday. So is your birthday right now? Was your birthday yesterday or was your birthday today? You in the shower? I was not in the shower. I just washed my hair in the sink. I guess it's a BC mom thing to do. I wash my hair in the sink. I love washing my hair in the sink. It reminds me of my grandma. My grandma used to do that when I was a kid. When I grew up, it was just raining a lot. It was always raining, and my hair was always wet and always really wild. And my grandma used to wash my hair in the sink. And for some reason, that's such a comfort thing for me, and I still do it. Hey, what's going on, Calvin? Well, we're talking about Johhny, and who else is fucking happy? I mean, it was great. I watch it, like I said, twice. One, just watching, he's listening to him and just looking at his face, and then Law and Crime Network on YouTube. They don't have a lot of views, but they're good because they have the two angles, so you can see Amber and you can see Johhny. I'm not going to sit here and say how horrible she looked or her surgery. I don't have to do that. There's other people on YouTube that can do that for me. But I was amazed of her lack of like facial expressions. Like, you don't have to be too obvious. You're in court. You can't just do this. But she was like really not even trying. Maybe they taught her to act like this. Also, did you notice? Did you guys watch the whole thing? If you did you notice that Elaine, her lawyer, was holding her hand? Holding her hand. I've been to court many times and I've never seen a grown-ass woman or man, anybody, an adult, having to hold the hand of the lawyers. Yeah, but see, that's the thing with the narcissism. We can just sit here and talk about that all night. She does feel, though, because she feels for herself. So even when somebody like her or like Amy Roger Wood or Amber Heard, they cry, they're not crying because they feel the violence, they're re-traumatized because they got hit, because they got raped, because they're crying for themselves. So when people say, well, a narcissist doesn't feel, actually they do feel. Their ego is hurt. They do feel. They don't feel for you, for any of us, but they do feel for themselves. So even if she cried, let's say she starts crying in court tomorrow, don't buy it, because it's going to be, she's crying for herself. She's crying for her image. And she's crying because she's like, fuck, now I went viral. Now the pictures of him with the injuries those pictures are viral, not her bruises anymore. And that's how real injuries look like, you guys. That was so sad. The pictures of his face with a scratch. I mean, even like how close you have to be to a person to scratch them, and how, like I'm saying, scratching is like stabbing somebody. Throwing something, screaming, but like it scratches. Think about it. That's facts. Yes. You guys remember? I'm gonna play it from my phone, and we can just listen to it from the man himself. She did so much for him in the beginning. She would take off his boots. She would just have a glass of wine ready for him. Did you catch all that? That's what she did from the beginning, from the get-go. She was smart. I mean, like, one thing about, if we compare it to Evan Roger Wood, I think Evan is an idiot compared to Amber. I think Amber has a different level. She processes things in a very different way, because also Amber was abused as a child. This is not me saying it. She said it. Johhny said it before. She also witnessed violence growing up. But it's funny how you can turn into an Amber or you can turn into a Johhny when you grow up with violence. It doesn't always have to be, you don't have to be an abuser because you grew up with abusive people. And they both grew up, it seems like his situation maybe was, I don't know how to say, worse. I don't know. It was different. And her situation was, instead of the mom was the dad of two girls. I imagine it was really hard for her. I'm trying to feel some sympathy. I guess. I guess I do. I do feel sympathy, but not empathy. I have no empathy for her whatsoever. But I do sympathize with growing up, with and it doesn't matter if it was in Texas or if it was in Kentucky or if it was in LA. It doesn't matter. With somebody who is such a beast like her dad. Amber said before that she's the only person who ever left their town and her whole family. And she is the only person who went to college, her family. Those are things like kind of weight on the person a little bit. And the dad is known for being a wino himself. If I am a Christian. I grew up Roman Catholic. I'm Italian, so my family, we grew up Roman Catholic. So I guess I can consider myself a Catholic more than anything else, but I'm open to pretty much everything. But yes, I'm a Catholic. Robert, your ex is like she has to get in a boat and move to an island with Amber. I do feel really, I feel so bad for him, and I already cried. If you guys watch my last two lives, I cried. I mean, I didn't sob, but I cried listening to him. So I'm kind of do what Johhny does. That when something is really painful, I just become a clown and I make a joke. So that's not being insensitive, and I hope people don't think, because he did that on the stand yesterday at least 5 times. He cracked a joke, he laughed, he smirked, he cracked a joke, he cracked a joke, he cracked another joke. But it's a coping mechanism. That's probably what he was doing when he was a kid. I hope that the jury doesn't see it as fake. You know what I mean? I hope. Oh my God, I should look better for you guys. I'm just wearing a shirt. Just came back from work. So it is what it is. And this is the natural state of my hair. It's very curly. And my cat is right there on my notebook because she doesn't want me to do any of this. So your ex, Robert, it's 101. I am so happy that I'm not happy this happened to him, but I'm so happy he's talking about it, because this is beyond Amber. This right now is about trauma and about child abuse and trauma and growing up with people like that. That's what this case turned into right now. And I am fucking loving it. I hate that this happened to them, to Johhny, his sister, his brother. But I love that it's going to open the conversation for people to be like, you know what? This is what happens when you raise your children like this. If you're not kind, even if you don't hit them with the belt, like Johhny got the belt over and over, he was saying, even the screaming, even everything, it stuck with them. Johhny Depp is almost 60 years old, and he still remembers the nicknames that his mom told him. He still remembers his dad's belt. You guys listen to him today talking about the belt. He described the belt like he's seeing the belt right now. And for a drug addict, quote unquote, that they want to make him look like, he has some really good memory, right? Yes. So this is beyond. I really feel like the world knows him right now. He won a lot of hearts today. I'm so proud of him. I mean, I'm sure that was fucking hard. Can you imagine for like you and I would go to therapy, or we go to church, or we go to confide in anybody? It could be your priest, your pastor, your therapist, your friends, your social worker, I don't know, your lawyer. And it's hard for us to even talk about our feelings. Can you imagine for the guy? Hey, Good evening. Okay, so you guys want to listen to Johhny instead of me yapping about? You already know what I think. And I think that this is what happens when you raise your kids like this. What are you going to do? How you choosing to behave for the rest of your life? Are you going to be kind to people, or are you going to get revenge on everybody because what happens to you? Because Amber has that whole thing. I have to stand up for myself because my dad hurt me. Just tune in. All right. Tune it in. You mean tune in? You mean tone it on? Tone it on. That's what you meant? Oh yeah, don't type. Don't worry about it. Okay. So I'm just gonna start from I'm not gonna start from the beginning because it was it's okay, don't worry about it. I got what you're saying. You're saying tune in. Hold on.
3 times at tops.
All right, I'm just gonna start from after he's done talking about his dad. He talked about his dad leaving and how he thought the dad was a coward for leaving, but then later he understood the dad had to leave, otherwise they were gonna kill each other. And he never saw the dad hitting the mom or anybody else, but he did saw his dad punching a wall at least 4 or 5 times, which I get it. I mean, yeah, it was very stoic and very nice of him to not punch a human and still punch the wall. Probably show little Johhny that maybe that was okay to do, to get your anger like that and to just leave the situation when situation is not good. Maybe that's why Johhny didn't want to leave Amber. Make sure you tell the truth. Make sure that you know. Oh, really? That's cool. I never done online church. That's interesting. Yes, and I hate when people say, "Well, back in the day it was different." No, I know. Well, I'm 44 years old, so I grew up in the 80s, and Johhny grew up in the 70s. So I know people that are Johhny's age that they didn't get abused like that. So don't. I hate when people go like, "Well, back in the day it was different. You have to hit them. You have to show them who's boss. You got to give them the belt." No, I know plenty of people that didn't get abused, and they are Johhny's age. And I know people that got abused and they are in their 20s. So it's not necessarily a let's be old school type of thing. It doesn't matter. He in the beginning he said his mom was from Kentucky, and she grew up with people yelling at her, and she got the belt too, and she got hit. So for her, this is the only way that she knew how to express. But I don't think that being from Kentucky or being from anywhere is any. It gives you the excuse. So okay, so he's done talking about his dad now. So he's gonna start talking about the drugs, the famous drugs, and the addictions and all that. What I think about this bullshit that they've been doing to him and to Marilyn Manson. Well, now it's about Johhny today. Um, you know, it's nobody's fault to get hooked on painkillers. I'm gonna tell you one thing is I know that. So 75% of people that do opiates are have been abused as children. It is a drug that is done by people that got abused. There's no way around it. So when he was talking about the Roxycontin and the opiates, how he got hooked because he wanted to feel better. He wanted to numb the pain. He didn't want to party. He didn't want to, go crazy and be a rock star and be wild. He said he didn't want to party. He just wanted to feel better. What are you saying? I'm sorry, I'm reading. Yeah. 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 And I'm not, no, you're right. I don't know your name, but you're right. Yeah, I think in Johhny's case, his drugs were just to numb the pain, man. That's it. They were just to turn off the demons and just to like take the edge off. The alcohol maybe was more of a party thing, but the pills, and you gotta understand, like he was just talking about the pills today without even nobody asking him about the pills. There's nothing on Evan, my God, on Amber's filing that it says that he was taking painkillers when he was with her. He offered to tell the story about the painkillers today, just by himself.
Was your
Sorry.
father ever abusive to you or any of your siblings? No, my father was never. My father was not an abusive man. Um,
Ouch.
at the same time, my father was also, to some degree, at the mercy of Betty Sue. Because if he argued what she wanted done, and that would just turn into another barrage of hatred towards him. So I can remember my father coming home from work, and maybe I'd gotten a bad report card, or maybe I'd gotten in trouble at school, or something like that. And my father would arrive home from work, and the first thing she would say was, "John, take him out there. He gets the belt. Give him the belt."
How can you, without even what the kid did, like no questions asked? He said, maybe I did something bad. Maybe I got a bad report in school, but she would. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm gonna just play on Ember because I don't feel I feel okay listening to it again. This will be the third time that I listen to the thing about his dad and his mom, and it's just hard.
And then he would commence to.
It's hard. I don't want to do it again.
And then.
I'm going to look for the Amber part because it's very interesting what he says about how he didn't want to leave. He didn't want to leave. He didn't want to do the same thing that his dad did. I lost a bunch of people. um I had it all figured out now, and I'm like all over the place and I hate fucking Disney for taking that away from him because he talked about it with like so much love and dedication that I I hope that I don't know. The fact they still make money out of Johhny, they still make money out of Jack Sparrow. They still do. It makes me mad. Robert, are you still here? Nobody's here now. I think I'm done. Gone. Are you still here? Robert, anybody? Calvin? Are you? Okay, cool. Okay. I'm just gonna go on talking about meeting Amber Heard, sister and friends, beginning of Deep and Amber Heard's relationship detail. Okay, let's just do that one. It's like 14 minutes. The whole thing about, Robert, do you know that they met at the set of the Rum Diary movie, right? That he cast her on this movie. I wish that he never did. I wish he never did. I wish he never did. It's not a bad movie. It's not a bad movie. And it's actually a good book, but I wish that he never freaking did. I don't know why I get him so many ads. I'm so sorry. I don't know what's up with the ads right now. There was no all these ads in the evening for some reason. I'm here. When he said that she was too good to be true, I was like, oh my God, she was too good to be true. Hold on, I'm just looking for the perfect spot for this. On this.
I remember talking to her, then, but briefly.
So they met on the set of the movie. So now
What
Johhny's.
did you like about Miss Heard when you first started your romantic relationship?
She seemed to be. She seemed to be the. She seemed to.
Hey, what's up, Lauren? Oh, no, I don't work in court necessarily. I'm a social worker, so I go to court a lot and I work with children. That's I work with kids and I work in a hospital overnight, graveyard shift. That's what I just got back, and I'm a social worker, so I know one thing or two about this type of stuff. But I don't work with adults, and I don't go to court unless I really have to go for emotional support, and usually it's up to the family.